Gauranga Gandhar Vikagiri Shishi Radha Vinod Bihari Ju ki jai. Shri Govana Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju ki jai. Nitil Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtatara Shata Shishimar Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja Śrīla Gurudev ki jai. Nitil Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtatara Shata Shishimar Śrīla Bhaktivedānta Vaman Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki jai. Nitil Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtatara Shata Shishimar Śrīla Bhaktivedānta Swami Mahārāja Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. Nitil Pravishta Mahā-bhagavat Śrīla Gorksharas Babaji Mahārāja ki jai. Nitil Pravishta Śrīla Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. Nitil Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Śrīla Jagannath Das Babaji Mahārāja ki jai. Śrī Rupa Anugauriya Guru Varga ki jai. Śrī Rupa Sanātana Bhatta Raghunath Śrī Jeev Gopal Bhatta Dashagunah Śrāda Gosvāmī Prabhu ki jai. Śrī Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Śrī Gaur Parshad Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Śrīla Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem se ko Śrī Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Śrī Advaita Gadadhar Śrīvāsari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Śrī Kshetra Mandala Gaura Mandala Vraja Mandala Mathura Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Sarva Abhishta Pradata Giriraj Maharaj ki jai. Śrī Radha Kunda Shama Kunda ki jai. Śrī Muna Devi Ganga Devi ki jai. Śrī Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi ki jai. Śrī Bhakti Devi ki jai. Śrī Purnamasi Yogamaya ki jai. Śrī Gopeshwar Mahadev ki jai. Śrī Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Śrī Navadip Dham Parikrama ki jai. Parikrama Kari Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Grantaraj Śrīmad Bhāgavatāmṛta ki jai. Śrīmad Bhāgavatām's 10th canto ki jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Hari Bol, everybody. So it's kind of late now. Sorry, I thought somebody's at my door. It's kind of late now, and I was gonna just lay down and I don't know, I have a bit of a headache, but I wanted to stay true to my word, and this is such a short article, so I'm just going to read this. An article my Gurudev gave on this verse, jayati jana nivāsaḥ devaki janmavado. Yeah, please excuse me, I'm a little bit spacey and yeah, kind of exhausted. So I'm just gonna get right into it, just start reading. This was published in one second. What am I looking for? A small video there. Okay. This was published in Rays of the Harmonist, issue number 14, Kārtika 2004. An ocean in the palm of one's hand. An exposition of the verse jayati jana nivāsaḥ, which we just read this morning. And I mentioned this morning, since we didn't have time to read the article, I mentioned that I'd read it live. I'm sorry, I'd pre-record it so that I can make it go live in the morning time. So yeah. Alright. So this is based... You know what? Sorry. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna lay down and stop sharing my screen. Stop sharing my video. There. Alright. Okay, that's so much better. Okay, let me just move this to the middle. Whatever. That's good enough. How come I can't? Okay. Sorry, guys. Just give me 1 second. And that's what I want. There, now it's in the middle. Okay. There, I think that this is good, right? Hopefully. Okay. So yeah, I'm recording this at around 9:52 p.m. the day before. An ocean in the palm of one's hand. Based on a series of lectures delivered by Śrīmad Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja and Śrīla Sanātana Gosvāmī's commentary to the final verse of Śrī Bhakti-rasāyana in Śrī Bṛhad-bhāgavatāmṛta. jayati jana nivāsaḥ devaki janmavado yaduvara parisharthsvar dorbhirasyan adharman sthirachara vrijinaghna susmita shri mukhena vrajapura vanitanam vardhayan kamadevam. That's Śrīmad Bhagavatam 1090-48, and also Śrī Bṛhad-bhāgavatāmṛta 27154. All glories to Sri Krishna, who is known as Jana nivāsaḥ, he who lives in the hearts of all living entities, or he who is their ultimate resort. Although he is famous as having taken birth from the womb of Devaki, there is some controversy about this. He is served by the exalted Yadus, who are his associates. With his mighty arms, the Pandavas, he kills the demons, and by thus destroying irreligion, he dispels the suffering of all living entities, both moving and inert. His gentle, smiling lotus face always increases the calm, the prem of the gopis of Vrindavan, as well as the queens of Mathura and Dwarka. Setting the scene. Okay, hopefully this is recording okay. I think so. Okay. Actually, this isn't full screen, is it? Let me just try to make this transform, fit to screen, stretch to screen. There, that's better. Okay. As Śrīla Shukadev Goswāmī spoke this verse, he remembered the sweet pastimes of Sri Krishna, from his birth to his final days in Dwarka. This verse not only encompasses the Mahabharata battle, but all the pastimes leading up to it and following it. After hearing this verse, Mahārāja Parikshit was about to leave the place where he had been hearing Harikatha. Sri Shukadev Goswāmī, who was also preparing to depart, said to him, "Don't waver or be afraid. Always remember that Guru and Krishna are with you." Śrīla Shukadev Goswāmī gave Mahārāja Parikshit the fruit of Mahat Sangha, or association with a pure devotee, namely, the paramour mood of a gopi. This was Śrī Parikshit's eternal constitutional position. Śrī Parikshit said to Śrī Shukadev Goswāmī, "Now that I have received what you wanted to give me, I feel fully satisfied." Śrī Parikshit did not think he would actually be fortunate enough to receive this gift, but Mahat Sangha bestows complete perfection. He never thought this highest fruit would come to him, but it did. If you are sincere and focused exclusively on Sri Krishna, and if you have Guru Nishtha, unshakable faith in Sri Guru, then your life will very quickly be successful, and you will attain this same goal. Be one-pointed like Parikshit Maharaj. During Śrīla Shukadev Goswāmī's 7-day narration of Śrīmad Bhagavatam, he asked Parikshit Maharaj if he wanted to drink some water, and Parikshit Maharaj replied, "No, I am satisfied drinking the nectar of your Hari Katha." Glory unto Sri Krishna. Jayati jana nivāsaḥ devaki janmavado. Śrīla Shukadev Goswāmī remembered the entirety of Sri Krishna's sweet pastimes and said, "Jayati, may Sri Krishna be glorious." What does glorious mean here? Why do we pray, Nityananda Prabhu ki jai, Gaura Chandra ki jai, Vaishnav Jan ki jai? Jai, or glory, means victory, the opposite of defeat. By this prayer, By this prayer, I lost my spot. By this prayer, we mean, may the Lord and his associates be victorious over me. May they conquer over my anarthas, my lust, anger, greed, pride, illusion, and envy. May they defeat me. Then I too will be glorious. Shri Krishna, the shelter of all souls. Jana nivāsaḥ means Shri Krishna is everywhere. He resides within all beings, and all beings exist within him. Nivāsaḥ means abode or shelter. Shri Krishna is the reservoir and shelter of every living being, whether demon or demigod, and he supports and nourishes all living creatures. The word jana has two meanings. It refers first to non-devotees in whose hearts Shri Krishna sits as a witness to their activities. Don't doubt that Shri Krishna sees when we misbehave. He is all-pervading. If you want to hide your activities from others, it means you are doing something crooked. Shri Krishna is everywhere, as is Shri Guru. You cannot conceal anything from him. The general meaning of jana nivāsaḥ, you are always in the hearts of all beings as the supersoul. The general meaning of jana nivāsaḥ is, you are always in the hearts of all beings as a supersoul. But Krishna cannot reside in the hearts of his devotees in this form. He can be there only as their worshipable deity, that is, as their master, friend, son, or lover. Wow, that's interesting. Wait, Krishna is not in the heart of his devotees as supersoul, but he's in their heart as their Ishtadev, whatever that may be. Interesting point. The second meaning of jana is personal associates. Here it means nija jana, the pure. Here it means nija jana, the pure Vaishnavas, that is, his very own devotees. The Vrajvasis are this kind of jana. The residents of Mathura are also pure devotees, but they are not as exalted as the Vrajvasis, for whom Krishna is their very life heir. Shri Krishna's nija jan include Yashoda Maya, Nanda Baba, the cowherd boys like Sridham and Marumangal, and the gopis. The Vrajvasis are his life as much as he is theirs. The gopis are the highest class of jana. Yashoda Maya is exalted, but the gopis are more so. And among all the gopis, Srimati Radhika is the highest and the most dear to Krishna. If you think Krishna is Mahat Sangha, exalted association, then Srimati Radhika is Mahiyasi Sangha, the most exalted association. Her association is even more elevated and desirable than Krishna's. Shri Krishna takes shelter in the hearts of his Nijajan and rests there. In other words, he personally manifests there. And to remove the pain of separation of his devotees in this world, he manifests here as his many incarnations. The impartial Lord. Once, at the time of the Rajasurya Yagya, Yudhishthira Mahārāja asked Sri Narad Rishi a question. This was the same question Parikshit Maharaj asked Śrīla Shukadev Goswāmī. He asked, Shri Krishna is equal to all. Why then does he side with the demigods and fight against the demons to protect them, to protect these demigods? As Sri Nrsingadev, Sri Ram, and other incarnations, he killed Hiranyakashipu, Ravana, Kumbhakarna, and other demons. These activities seem to indicate that the Lord is partial. In reply, Sri Narad spoke Canto 7 of Śrīmad Bhagavatam. As the Supersoul, Shri Krishna lives in the hearts of all beings and is therefore equal to all, just as the sun shines impartially upon everyone. But if an owl shuts its eyes and refuses to come out of its hideout, how will it ever be able to see the sun? It will never be able to. Demons do not perform bhakti and are like that they are like that owl. They don't believe in God. Nevertheless, Śrī Krishna descends to this world in his various incarnations and bestows his mercy upon them. Śrī Krishna, the son of Yashoda. Devaki Janmavado. The residents of Mathura and people in general say that Śrī Krishna took birth from the womb of Mother Devaki. This statement, however, can be challenged for two reasons. No one can become the father or mother of the Supreme Lord. Śrī Krishna is the master and father of everyone, including Devaki, but he is truly the son of Srimati Yashoda Devi. She is his real mother. He is partially the son of Devaki and Vasudeva, but fully the son of Nanda and Yashoda. When Krishna released Devaki and her husband Vasudeva from jail, they returned to their palace, and Devaki wept. She lamented, "How fortunate Yashoda is to have directly experienced and relished Krishna's childhood pastimes. I did not get the chance to experience this." Śrī Krishna would beg rotis and butter from Yashoda, but he never once begged anything from me. He would tell lies to Yashoda, but he never once lied to me. Yashoda is more fortunate than I am. Śrī Krishna is Parabrahma, the Supreme Truth. He is the Supersoul, the controller of everything and the source of all incarnations. His opulence is unsurpassed. When, as a young boy, Krishna put some earth in his mouth, the gopis complained to Yashoda Maya. But Śrī Krishna denied what he had done. Yashoda Maya forcibly made him open his mouth, and there, she beheld the universal form. She saw that in fact the Supreme Truth, the controller of all controllers, the Supersoul, Sri Nrsingadev, etc., and that all existence lies within him. Sorry, my throat's starting to go. This verse does not mention Śrī Krishna's name directly, but the previous verse does, and this verse refers to that same Śrī Krishna. He took birth from the womb of Yashoda Maya, Devaki being but another name of Yashoda, and he killed Aghasura, Bakasura, Putana, and other demons, and fought in the Mahabharata battle. The context of this verse indicates that it is referring to Śrī Krishna. May that Śrī Krishna be glorious. At the beginning of Ratha Yatra, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chanted this verse in the mood of Srimati Radhika meeting with Śrī Krishna at Kurukshetra. By their sentiments, the gopis brought Krishna to Vrindavan at that time and decorated him with flowers. In their hearts, they forcibly handed him the flute he left with Yashoda Maya in Vrindavan, along with his peacock feather, and they whispered in his ear, "Don't think that your father and mother are Vasudeva and Devaki. Don't believe that you have come from the Yadu dynasty and that you are a Yadav. Consider yourself to be a Gopa only." Śrī Krishna replied, "Yes, I will accept what you say." Vanquisher of the demons. Yaduvara parishatsvar dorbhirasyan adharman. All members of the Yadu dynasty are the Nija Jana of Śrī Krishna, who resides in Dwarka, for they are his associates. His arms, the Pandavas, destroyed all the demons. He did not vanquish the demons with his own hands, but through the hands of Bhima, Arjuna, and others. Although he did kill demons personally, in the Mahabharata war, it was Arjuna and Bhima who annihilated the entire army of the enemy. Out of affection for his devotees, he gave all the credit for killing wicked kings like Jarasandha to his devotees, although he could have easily performed such a feat himself, simply by desiring it. This verse seems to describe Krishna's pastimes in Dwarka.
but in its deeper meaning, it in fact glorifies Vrajendra Nandan Shri Krishna. In Vrindavan, Krishna killed Putana and other demons with his own arms. Moreover, in Vrindavan, he killed the greatest of demons. What is the greatest of demons? It's the deep separation experienced by Srimati Radhika and the gopis. He who removes all suffering. Sthirachara vrijena. That means he who removes life's endless pain and suffering. Shri Krishna takes away the suffering of all moving and non-moving living entities in the endless cycle of birth and death. It also means he whose flute playing removes all suffering. Shri Krishna's smiling face increases the love and affection of the gopis and relieves them from their pangs of separation from him. May this Shri Krishna be glorious. Sthirachara Vrijinagna describes Shri Krishna's supreme magnanimity in the form of bestowing his prem bhakti to all living beings. Here, sthira refers to non-moving entities of Vrindavan, like creepers, grass, and bushes, and chara to moving living entities, including worms. Shri Krishna does not first look for the reason to bestow his prem bhakti, such as the recipient's qualification. Through the gift of prem, he destroys the material miseries of all beings, as well as the suffering that comes from separation from him. When one lights a fire for cooking, darkness and cold are dissipated as a secondary result. Similarly, when one performs bhakti, the cycle of birth and death is halted as a secondary result. Thus, he is truly glorious. In Vrindavan, Krishna's smiling face and flute playing remove the suffering of the Vrajavasis. What distress do they endure? They suffer only from feelings of separation from him. They have no other problem. Shri Krishna's sweet smile. This verse contains the pastimes of Gokul, Vrindavan, Radhakund, and Shamakund, as well as the Ras Leela and all the other pastimes of Braj. Susmita Shri Mukena Vrajapura Vanitanam Vardayan Kamadevam. The smile on Krishna's beautiful face always increases the kam, the prem of the damsels of Vrindavan and the queens of Dwarka. Here, Kamadevam does not refer to material lust, but to prem. What kind of prem? Sneha, man, pranay, rag, anurag, bhav, mahabhav, and mahabhav. The gopis tell Krishna, "You are the personification of that Kamadeva." Kamadeva refers to that Shri Krishna Kamadeva refers to that Shri Krishna who causes the desire to satisfy him to appear. It causes a desire to satisfy him to appear in the hearts of his devotees. It also means that by increasing the kam, the prem of the gopis, he destroys any remaining attachments they may have for their relatives in this world. In other words, he cuts their material entanglement. This kam is known to vanquish all types of goals. For the gopis, however, that same kam or prem uproots their entanglement in family life. The limits of that kam increase at every moment, assuming ever new forms. Shri Krishna resides in the hearts of the gopis as Kamadev. The function of kam acts everywhere in this world, but Shri Krishna himself performs that function in the gopis' heart. As Kamadev, he stimulates kam, and therefore He exists eternally in full splendor. Here the words Śrī Mukhena mean, whose gentle smiling lotus face is full of beauty and sweetness. He expands the playful activities of calm, which are characterized by his enjoyment with the gopis of Braj, and thus he exists gloriously. If we take the word Pura to denote Mathura and Dwarka also, the meaning becomes, he who stimulates the calm of the Braj gopis and the queens of Mathura and Dwarka exists in full glory. The word Pura also implies Shri Krishna's going to Mathura, and thus this indicates the gopis' highest pangs of separation from him. Therefore, his pastimes of leaving Gokul and then returning these pastimes of his leaving Gokul and then returning manifest the supreme excellence of his prema. Another meaning can be taken. That person who increases the paramour mood of calm, of prema, in others' wives, namely the gopis, intensifies the highest level of suffering. But for this he cannot be blamed. It is the nature of the gentle, sweet smile on his lotus face to burn the hearts of others. The gopis glorify Shri Krishna's smile, knowing that it captivates the hearts of all living entities and destroys the heat of lust in his devotees. But they also criticize this same smile, because it has severed their worldly attachments. This severance, however, is in fact nothing but Shri Krishna's compassion. Okay, we're at the last page now. The essence of all Vedic scriptures. Okay, the essence of all Vedic scriptures. It is with this verse that Śrīla Shukadeva Gosvāmī has concluded his description of Krishna's pastimes in Śrīmad Bhagavatam, 10th canto. Mahārāja Parikshit later recited the same verse at the end of Śrī Bṛhad-bhāgavatāmṛta. With this one verse, Śrīla Shukadeva Gosvāmī gave Parikshit Mahārāja, in one handful, the essence of the entire purport of the Vedas, Puranas, Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita, and Ramayana. This verse is indeed the essence of the vast ocean of Shri Krishna's pastimes as described in various scriptures. It was Śrīla Shukadeva Gosvāmī's desire to place it in Parikshit Mahārāja's heart. With this one verse in the palm of his hand, Mahārāja Parikshit then taught his mother the essence of all Vedic literature, including Śrīmad Bhagavatam. All knowledge from the past, present, and future lay in those teachings. Mahārāja Parikshit first drank that nectar himself, thus becoming immortal and rasik, that is, realized in all transcendental mellows. He thereafter imparted this essence to his mother, telling her, "Don't think of Shri Krishna as the Supreme Lord. Don't think of Shri Krishna as the Supreme Lord and the knower of all truths. Don't think of him as he who has unlimited opulence. Think of him only as the gopis' most beloved, and remember him as your most beloved. May that very Shri Krishna, the son of Yashodamaya, be victorious." The power of the holy name. All the deep purports of this verse can be realized by taking shelter of Shri Krishna's holy name. Agastya Rishi's chanting of the holy name was so powerful that he was able to control the ocean. By sipping a mere palmful of water from the sea, he dried up the entire ocean. Don't think that your chanting will not bear fruit. Through continuous chanting, anarthas will disappear, and rati, that means bhav bhakti, and sthāyi bhav, a permanent relationship with Krishna, will manifest. You'll become more powerful than Agastya Rishi, chanting the holy name. Chanting the holy name will end your repeated birth and death in this world. Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Nameva Kevalam, Kalo Nasteva Nasteva, Nastir Gat. Sorry, I fell asleep. Natireva Gatira Nastir. Sorry, I need to sit up. Oh, sorry guys. Kalo Nasteva Nasteva, Nastevya Gatiranyata. Śrī Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila, 1721. In this age of quarrel and hypocrisy, the sole means of deliverance is chanting the holy name of Sri Krishna. There is no other way, there is no other way, there is no other way. Here, now I'm sitting up, I can share my screen again. Okay. All of Sri Krishna's sweet pastimes will enter the heart of the devotees who chant his holy name. Hari Nama Tu Aneka Swarupa Yashodhanandana Ananda Vardhana Nandatanaya Rasa Gopa. That's Hari Nama Tu Aneka Swarupa, verse 1. O Harinam, you possess unlimited forms, such as Yashoda's beloved son, he who increases the bliss of Gokul, the son of Nanda, and the deep well of Ras. All the pastimes of Sri Krishna reside in the Maha Mantra. Okay. Sorry guys. All the pastimes of Sri Krishna reside in the Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Conclusion. In his Śrī Bṛhad-bhāgavatāmṛta, Śrīla Sanātana Gosvāmī quotes this verse from Canto 10, which has many profound meanings. Previously, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had explained to him 61 meanings of the Atma Rama verse, Śrīmad Bhagavatam 1.7.10. Śrīla Sanātana Gosvāmī similarly offers numerous explanations for each word of the verse jayati, jana, nivāsaḥ. His sole purpose is to convince his readers to enter the line of Krishna Bhakti. He and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can explain this verse in countless different ways, each meaning being deeper and more difficult to fathom than the previous one. So this was based on the classes that my Gurudev gave on 25th June 2004 in Italy, and 24 to 29 September 2004 in Sri Keshavaji Gaudiya Math, Mathura. Let's say the verse one last time. Let me find it. There. Jayati jana nivāsaḥ devaki janmavado yaduvara parishatsvar dorbhirasyan adharma sthirachara vrijinaghna susmita shri mukhena rajapuravanitana vardhayan kamadevam. Okay, so I know I mentioned before that I would sing Mangala Geetam now, but I'm just really way too tired. So I'm gonna just end it here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Jai Shri Guru Garanga Gandhar Vikagiri Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju ki Jai, Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju ki Jai, Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtotara Shata Śrīmad Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja Śrīla Gurudev ki Jai, Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtotara Shata Śrīmad Bhaktivedānta Vaman Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki Jai. Nitya Vishtam Vishnupad Ashatara Shata Śrīmad Śrīla Bhaktivedānta Swami Mahārāja Śrīla Prabhupada ki Jai. Nitya Vishtam Vishnupad Ashatara Shata Śrīmad Śrīla Bhaktivedānta Keshav Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki Jai. Nitya Vishtam Vishnupad Ashatara Shata Śrīmad Bhaktivedānta Saraswati Gosvāmī Prabhupada ki Jai. Nitya Vishtam Mahārāja Śrīla Gopishwaras Babaji Mahārāja ki Jai. Nitya Pravishta Śrīla Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki Jai. Nitya Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Śrīla Jagannath Das Babaji Mahārāja ki Jai. Śrī Rupa Anugaurya Guru Varga ki Jai. Śrī Rupa Sanātana Bhatta Raghunath Śrī Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasaguna Shara Goswami Prabhu ki Jai. Śrī Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Śrī Gaur Parshad Vrinda ki Jai. Namacharya Śrīla Haridas Thakur ki Jai. Prem se kaho Śrī Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Shri Kshetra Mandala Gaura Mandala Vraja Mandala Mathura Vrindavan Dham ki Jai. Sarva Abhishta Pradakta Giriraj Mahārāja ki Jai. Shri Radha Kunda Shama Kund Yamuna Ganga Tulsi Bhakti Devi ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Grantaraj Śrīmad Bhagavatam ki Jai. Sarata Darshini Commentary ki Sorry. Did I say Śrīla Vishwanath? Śrīla Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur ki Jai. Sarata Darshini. Wait, why am I saying? Okay, wait. Śrīla Sanātana Gosvāmī Pad ki Jai. We were reading his commentary. My Guru was explaining, right? Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Samagata Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Vrindai Tulsi Devai Priyai Keshavashacha. Krishna Bhakti Pradadevi Satyavatai Namo Namaha. Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyaiva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Dandavat pranams everybody. So I'm going to end the video now. Thank you so much for joining my reading and tolerating my sleepiness. And I guess the next time I'll see you is on Gaur Purnima Day to read about Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Alright, Jai Shri Radhe.